Generals, welcome to another exciting episode of the Ministry of Silly Talk podcast. Don't forget, this episode is brought to you by Shirt Caviar. Visit shirtcaviar.com and save 10% on your order today. Shirt Caviar, shirt yourself all the way down to your pants.
And hit us up on the hotline, 847-665-9238. Call, text, leave a message. Get involved with the cast, people.
Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, and audio available where you get podcasts.
He's Graham, I'm Josh. Hit it.
This is the Ministry of Silly Talk.
Silly Talk. Ministry of Silly Talk.
This is the Ministry.
This is the Ministry of
Silly Talk. This is the Ministry of Silly Talk.
Thank you for listening to my daddy's stupid podcast. And remember, his head is full of doo-doo, so don't listen to anything he says.
That's very funny.
We're back. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Ministry of Silly Talk podcast. Who's responsible for that? Shout them out.
Their name is Cole Wilson. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Cole Wilson.
Yeah, Cole Wilson, a dedicated listener who requested that the "And We're Back" is back. And now that nobody's watching, we can do whatever we want.
We want to. And guess what? It's back every time.
Yes, "And We're Back" is back. Maybe I need to segregate it to after the break, but
There's no segregation. Anytime we're back. And we're back.
And we basically are always back.
You're always back.
We're all, dang it. Yeah, I think we're stuck with it at this
This is
point.
what it is. We got to have something. We got to have a thing. I mean, God almighty.
This technically, this does technically count as our Christmas episode. So,
Merry Christmas.
yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a wonderful New Year. We'll be back before the New Year, though, I think.
Yeah, we'll have another one, at least one before the New Year, maybe two.
A smidge of new business that I'm going to plow right through because nobody gives a 10 minutes.
Beep.
Dang it. 2 minutes.
After you preached at me on the
I
porch.
know. I'm so.
You're like, maybe if you were not such a dip,
yeah.
we could do a live stream one day.
Dang it. Yeah, I might be the problem. This may be another one of those things in my life where it turns out.
And that goes for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I might be the problem here, but it is our Christmas episode, and in keeping with the theme of family and love and everything, in the vein of what we were just discussing, this is no shade, as the kids say, but boy, if you're a friend or family member of Josh, when you text him about things you enjoy about the podcast, it doesn't help the algorithm. What's the number?
It's 847-665-9238.
How are we not saying it enough?
It's 847-665-9238. You know, just add it to anything you send me. Just put it as a group text.
Make it as a group text.
With that.
Yeah, and you can, and then you'll appear. And I can appreciate you not wanting to. But I'm just saying.
We would appreciate
you.
My brother Mike, thank you for this hat. Speaking of Christmas.
That hat is pretty lit.
Pretty fire hat.
Yeah.
He listened to our most recent podcast on his way home from our Christmas extravaganza, which we do early in my family. And he lives out in California. It's a long flight. And he was talking about how he watched Paul and his sexy hip movement with the strike.
Oh, yeah.
So that was hilarious to me. I sent you the screenshot.
I enjoyed the screenshot.
And, you know, that would have been a good anecdote on 847-665-9238, the hotline for the Ministry of Silly Talk.
At the very least, jumped out in them YouTube comments. But, I mean, obviously, I'm being facetious. We appreciate, if you're watching this, we appreciate you. If you don't want to participate, that's fine. But if you are family, you're taking the time.
I mean, hey.
Hit the hotline. You're taking the time.
Hit
the hotline. I'm a poet.
We don't even need AI.
And I didn't know about that.
I was unsure.
I'm a poet, and I was unaware of that poetry that I have
inside of me.
We are rolling through here, though. As I mentioned in the intro that I recorded a long time ago, the two of us Tony is back. One of my oldest creative partners in the world, not chronologically in age, but in the amount of content we've made together. And he definitely deserves another shout out because he sent me this. This is a very real video.
Okay.
From a show called Fatal Attraction, which is, I guess,
on probably Court TV or
Bravo,
whatever.
Lifetime,
ID
Court
or
yeah, the Learning Channel.
Yeah.
It's on one of those.
The Learning Channel. Right after 7,000 Pound Life.
Yeah. Which we do still need to. We need
We'll
an
get into
advertising
that.
spot there. Yeah,
Because the spread and spray is coming out, people.
it's not
coming out.
We're courting investors
Yeah,
at this point for the spread and spray.
We just need a good engineer, and we'll be good.
This video he made is so hysterical, and I just couldn't not share it. And there's a lot going
Now,
on.
did he
here.
send you this, or did you just see it on his feed?
Well, no,
or-
he posted it,
Okay.
and I was definitely like, "Hey, man, welcome to the podcast with this one. You've been away a long
You're
time. We've
coming
been
back.
waiting on you to come out of hiding." And
Thank you.
Woman blessed with a fiery personality and a knockout body, Cecily had no trouble hopping back into the Dallas dating scene.
Now listen to this. Hot, all that. My sister was thick. She had the booty, everything that guys like. Yeah. More than a couple dudes like my sister.
Cecily
He
might
sound
have
like one of
had
them
a
dudes that like this sister.
boyfriend.
Cause what the are you talking about, my
he voiceovered that. like a
Tony, you were
true
so
general.
correctly, though,
Like a
because
true
he is one of those dudes that, like, his eyes. Did you see his eyes when he said how thick she was?
Yeah,
And
dude.
she's not. She weighs 130 pounds. She's not thick.
I literally don't know what's going on with this video specifically because she looks so different in all of these pictures. There are so many different looks to her in this, and that's her brother. Now, run it back one more time.
Woman blessed with a fiery personality and
fiery
a knockout body, Cecily had no trouble hopping back into the Dallas dating scene.
Now listen to this.
Hot, all that. My sister was thick. She had the booty, everything that guys like. Yeah. More
the way
than
he
a couple
said yeah,
dudes
dude.
like my sister.
Cecily
My sister was thick.
Listen, this isn't a video he shot that was released either. This is a television program. Somebody, whatever, and I don't know what happened to her or what happened in her life.
Oh, terrible, probably.
Yeah, it's probably tragic. But when he recorded this, there was people with clipboards and headsets with little microphones and a big expensive camera and lighting rigs.
How do you not? Well, look at his face, and then I love the description. Listen to how he described his sister.
Yeah, he just did this. This wasn't a slip up.
No, you knew
This
coming
might
in,
be the fourth time they asked you to do that take.
Sister was thick. She had the booty, everything that guys like. Yeah. More than a couple dudes like my sister.
Cecily
He
might
sound
have
like one of them dudes that like this sister. Cause what the are you talking about, my
She kissed her.
Why would you say that about your sister?
And Tony's Baltimore accent is so funny.
Why would you say that about your sister?
More than a couple dudes like my sister.
Cecily
He
might
sound
have
like one of them dudes that like this sister. Cause what the are you talking about, my
Boys, Tony is back. Pod Caviar is back. Go to
That's
shirtcaviar.com
great, yeah.
and use promo code OGA and save 10%. Don't use the promo code, pay the 10%.
Shirt yourself all the way down to your pants.
Because I'm shirting my pants
right now.
Yeah, well, you sound like one of them dudes who likes your sister. This is wild.
More than a couple.
She
dudes.
had the booty, everything that guys like. Yeah. More than a couple dudes like my sister.
Cecily
He
might
sound
have
like one of them dudes that like this sister. Cause what the are you talking about, my
It was. I knew it was an instant classic.
Oh, that's
The
so
smoke.
good, dude. Because he's so annoyed. He's so annoyed that guy who said that.
ridiculous.
It's absurd.
Cecily
He
might
sound
have
like one of them
picked
dudes that like this
boyfriend.
sister. Because what the you talking about?
What the fuck?
Oh man. Woo. My stomach hurts.
Yeah,
That's
great.
really phenomenal content there. Oh,
That's
I'm
a
tearing
banger.
up. That is really good stuff. But it is one of those things where you're going to be on TV. You can't just not know that
That's inappropriate at minimum.
It's wild to say that about
I'm saying
your sister.
minimum.
Yeah.
It's inappropriate. To
Again-
say it on national television is wild.
Based on the kind of program that is, there's really two things. She's in prison or she's dead. Like, she killed someone killed her. Right?
The way they were talking about her, she's dead.
Yeah. He did say, yeah, she was.
And well, but I'm not even the
Unless she gained a bunch of weight.
not even the tense that they were talking about.
Yeah.
But just the way they were talking about her positively.
Yeah, the music.
Yeah, if she would have been the killer, it would have been a different spin on it.
And them just being like, she had a banging body.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
she was thick, and she's in Dallas getting it in.
yeah. More than a couple dudes.
More than a couple bros.
More than a couple
Yeah.
dudes were into my sister.
She was thick, booty and everything.
God. That one.
That was good.
That's tough work. I gotta give Tony as much credit as I can on that.
No, that's
because his
incredible.
voiceover too. Because the first
That's
time
what
I
makes
saw
it,
it, I
yeah.
was like, "This is crazy," and then hearing my boy in the background being like, "Give a blast from the past." General hasn't made anything really in a long time, and he told me he just recently. Shout out to Tony. Not to give him too much information, but he recently just moved into like a real baller apartment in downtown LA, and he was like, "Now I have the room and I can start making stuff." Uh-oh. It's time for you to go to bed. The music on that alarm is alarming. Nothing
All
on
right,
that. Okay, fine.
Sticking in his ass.
Gonna do a cricket sound over here.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. Let me see. What do I have for sound effects here? The soundboard has become so unwieldy. It's so loaded with nonsense.
It's hard to decipher what's there. Yeah.
It's hard to keep it together. That was the other thing I wanted to mention too, though, was I edited a video with the beeps.
I think it's hilarious.
The beeps, comedically, are becoming one of my new favorite things. And it took me years to bother with beeps.
The beep is almost better than the curse.
It is, right?
Yeah.
It I guess because it's such a jarring sound. And
No,
it's like,
because it takes the cadence out. It's like
like,
and
whoa.
It almost brings the punchline. If you're using the curse as part of the punchline, it almost kind of solidifies it for you.
Yeah, I think the last episode did benefit from that when I used it in the edit. I don't know why I've waited so long to use it. But
Yeah, I mean, maybe
just cutting the sound out sounds like you're hiding something. You know, it sounds like you're
Yeah.
embarrassed about something. The beep is actually kind of punchy. You know,
It's like
better than the swear word.
Well, you don't want to hear this, so here you get this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, definitely.
No, I like the beep
It's
for sure.
sweet.
Yeah. Especially when you can time it out. Like
Yeah, well, and I have it on the soundboard. You'll have it on your soundboard soon too.
That's an old penitentiary trick.
Wait, no, fuck, I lost it. I lost it.
unwieldy.
Yeah, it's just gotten so fucking big that at this point I can hardly find things.
I love how it's called swear beep.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too, is I'm getting, I don't know, man. I'm getting dementia or something. I'm saving files with names that I can't find again. I was like,
Oh, man.
obviously the name of that file should be censor beep. But if you had any idea how many files I have of videos
Dude,
and
I
audio,
am so
it's
bad about.
bad.
I'll save customers in my phone
Woman blessed
as with their address and the day of their initial appointment.
Yeah.
So it'll be like Wednesday afternoon, 2 p.m. There's an investor that I work with who I've made tens of thousands of dollars from. I do not know his name.
Yeah.
He is Wednesday afternoon
At
2
6
p.m. in my phone.
That's bad, man.
Terrible.
And that's what I'm saying. And I got that sort of horrible. I've got that horrible organization system going with thousands of videos and audio files.
Well, at least you have one category that's just farts and burps.
Yeah, and I'm trying to, get them all put together in one space. Trying to just make sure. It just never ends though.
I just thought about this, and I could throw it up there. Our boy Antoine Dotson, right? Remember, it's climbed in your windows, snatching your people up.
Yes, that guy.
I saw where.
Yeah, well, we should mention it though for people who are unfamiliar. You may remember the viral video.
Yeah, of the guy
from long ago of the gentleman telling everyone that they're coming in your windows. They're blarneying everybody.
Yes, they're gonna.
It's another thing I need to remember. We need to be we're backing the podcast. The podcast needs to end with "Stay away from dolphins" or "Stay out of the water" or something.
Yeah.
I feel like dolphins have gotten a pass for too long when they didn't before. Think something.
Yeah, we should hammer that in that dolphins are weird and continue maybe to do some more research on how weird they are.
Yeah, it's mostly blarney though.
Well, that's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, and shout out to our boy Golden Grain. He actually mentioned to me the other day when I ran into him that he's a big fan of the Blarney joke, and he listens to every episode.
Golden Grain.
That's right. Bus driver for the reasonably famous band Rehab.
Which is one of my favorite bands. And, Golden Grain is a interesting individual that we've known for years I have always enjoyed.
He's a fantastic person.
Yeah, hilarious guy.
That's my guy.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about it.
For real, no.
I'm always happy to see the man.
Golden Grain's good people.
And he is, he's an ex-biker and he drives a tour bus for Rehab. Fill in the blanks.
Yeah,
That's my
so
boy.
if you don't think he's awesome, you shouldn't be listening to this podcast.
Exactly. Yeah. That guy rules. There's no question about it.
Sure.
Yeah, there's no question
about it. You're going to have a beer with somebody. It's Golden Grain. Right?
It may be, yeah.
That's his name, for God's sake.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how I know him. But yeah, shout out to him, man. He mentioned the Blarney thing, and I was like, we do need to get the externals. I do need to remind him 847-665-9238. You're driving around, man.
Yeah, and you're on a bus with rockers.
Yeah.
You're seeing some stuff.
We don't get a call or a text.
Share it. Golden Grain. Share it with us.
Come on, man. Something's going on out there.
Come on.
Something.
You're seeing something on the road.
Something's going on out there. Yeah. We want to know about it. 847-665-9238.
Please and thank you.
I don't even remember where I was going with this.
We were just talking about your soundboard got a little bit off kilter, and then
there was something about that, and there was a bit or something.
Farts and burps. And we're still here.
What about this? Blah, 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 blah. That might be a thing. Making noises. Oh, whip.
Alrighty. So
come on, that might be a thing. That might be our deal. This is our ticket.
We can add that post.
Anyway,
if that's our thing, I don't want to get involved in it. I want to learn about that.
But hear me out. Hear me out, though. An hour-long podcast of being like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
come on. Might be something.
There might be some clips in there.
Probably not.
There's some clips in there.
Hold on. Wait. Hear me out. Ready? Thank you for coming. There we go. We just did a podcast. Okay, it might not actually work. It was only funny once. Sorry. We're trying stuff.
We're just throwing it out.
We're brainstorming. It's Christmas. Come on, guys. Oh, I just lost all my sound.
Yeah.
Probably worth keeping an eye on. And we're back. I'm only doing that once. Come on.
We still have a break coming up, but
Yeah,
that's fine.
We do have a break coming up. But yeah, the no, nothing. All right, fine.
That's not.
We're not. That's not going to be a thing. Hey, man, it's getting better. It's getting better. It's got legs now.
We'll work on it.
I'm just saying, you run out of stuff to say. We hit a dead spot. Come on, you start making noise. Damn it, it's not as good. It's like I don't know when it's good. That's the problem.
You got to figure out the timing. And what's funny is it's got to be off timing. To
no,
make
it has.
Funny.
Yeah, because it's bad. It's
It
a terrible
sucks.
idea. Thank you. Thank you. It does suck 8 miles of shit. But I'm just saying.
It sucks.
It's something.
Well, sometimes sucks. Can
Hey,
be
man,
great.
I'm bringing something here.
Yeah. I made a couple AI songs this week.
Yeah,
or
you
today
did
in the
actually.
parking
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. To be fair, the song at the end of the episode is one of Josh's AI creations, and it's good. I'm going country though. The R&B one may come next week because we are nowhere near done watching that video.
No, dude, and that R&B one, I'm sorry, but
I think it's better, huh?
as far as getting in your head and re-singing that all day, the R&B one,
I guess maybe I'm a little emotional around the holidays because the country one.
It's
was
a heart
really-
puller.
It was really. I was really pulling for the people in the story.
yeah,
you know?
to come together.
I was hoping though when it does the thing about the bar that it would say something about somebody having a tire iron. I was like, that'd be hard to squeeze in there.
Well, what I really wanted to showcase the love between McSweeny and Paul.
It's really the undercarriage of the whole
Well, and the thankfulness, the appreciation that McSweeny has
For Paul.
Mr. Paul.
thank you very much, Paul.
Thank you, Paul, for being
That's what I'm saying. That's what's so good about it.
Sexy mustache and your flair.
All right, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're going to take a little break. Nothing.
take a break.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back, though, but we are going to dive right back into John McSweeney's self-defense lessons. So don't go anywhere. Enjoy whatever the hell this is, and we'll be right back.
The Empire of Caviar presents Caviar Con 2025 with all your favorite brands, including Pod Caviar, Game Caviar, Shirt Caviar, and Space Caviar.
January 1st through 7th at the Baltimore Arena.
Pre-sale ticket sales go on sale at midnight tonight.
Crack reflections in your eyes.
Poop in your pants. Don't be embarrassed. Do your poo-poo-poo dance. Farts on that hole.
Kevin Gates.
Don't be embarrassed. Do your poo-poo-poo
It is.
dance. Farts on that hole. Poop in your pants. Don't be embarrassed. Do your poo-poo-poo dance. Farts on that hole. Poop in
It
your
goes
pants.
so hard.
Don't be embarrassed. Do your poo-poo-poo dance.
Where is the Pete Davidson that you were?
Oh, he's in there. Here.
Farts on that hole. Poop in your pants. Don't be embarrassed.
Right
Oh,
there.
there, see him.
See him?
Yeah, I
Oh,
see him.
hold on. I gotta put it back on the screen.
There's like two of them.
Yeah. Oh, there is a couple of them. Well, your video is hiding the guy in the right's face, but I don't know why. I just was like, hey, that looks kind of like Pete Davidson.
No, it's very Pete Davidson.
Farts on that hole. Poop in your pants. Don't be embarrassed. Do your poo-poo-poo dance. Farts on that hole. Poop in your pants.
These are original lyrics, people.
Don't be
AI didn't
embarrassed.
come up
Do your
with it.
poo-poo-poo dance.
Yeah,
Farts on that hole.
I should mention.
Don't be embarrassed. Just say it.
I should mention. I wrote that. That's a.
I wouldn't have gone as far as said I wrote it.
I no.
But
I
you
wrote
did.
it.
You wrote it.
I did write that. What are you talking about?
You wrote it. Yeah.
If I wrote a hook for a Kevin Gates song or a popular Memphis rap group of any kind, and I know Kevin Gates is from New Orleans or whatever he's got going on, he would make a song who sounded like this. My daughter gonna love this.
Farts on that hole. Poop in your pants. Don't be embarrassed. Do your poo-poo-poo dance. Farts on that hole. Poop in your pants. Don't be embarrassed. Do your poo-poo-poo
What's ridiculous
'Cause
is
to be
anything that is like catchy like this, right? With the right type of hook, whatever words are irrelevant. Right?
Thank you. Right? Because I'm just telling you, like, yes, I'm not going to allow you to besmirch my artistic talent.
No,
by
I think
saying
it's great.
didn't
Farts on
write
that hoe.
this. I wrote that. How does a hook get written?
You wrote it.
It was written by me.
What I'm saying is to say it as if something this ridiculous was written instead of just thought of.
I don't know what you're doing here, Josh. I don't know if I've ever been more offended as an artist than I am right now.
Poop in your pants. Don't be embarrassed. Do your poo-poo-poo dance. Farts on that hole. Poop in your pants. Don't be embarrassed. Do your poo-poo-poo dance.
You know what? I'm
Farts
sorry.
on that hole.
You wrote this. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Come on, listen, I've done a lot of AI creations, and I give AI credit for where it's due.
But it didn't do this. No.
Yeah, I wrote this.
You dance. Farts on that hole. Poop in your pants. Don't be embarrassed. Do your poo-poo-poo dance.
Hey, we all came up in the era of doing your dance, remember? That's what made me think about it.
Hey, you're standing on business.
Yeah. Come on now.
Farts on that hole. Poop in your pants. Don't be embarrassed. Do your poo-poo-poo dance. Farts on that hole. Poop in your pants. Don't be embarrassed. Do your poo-poo-poo dance. Farts on that hole.
Yeah, I won't be disrespected in my own home.
I meant no disrespect. I'm sorry. I retract. Because Farts on that hoe is a banger. I'm
Come
sorry.
here acting like I don't have bars.
I've heard your bars.
I do.
I've known your bars.
Oh, no. Stop recording.
I've known for years that Pale eats sans beats. Okay.
I earned that. No, you were around for my rap career.
Quite impressed when I heard that at the McDonald's drive-thru. When you turned around, I was in the back seat of your bubble Chevy, and you turned around and looked at me like,
yeah. Well, hey man, it's 2024. We're going to 2025. This is kind of what I'm on. I'm shocked by AI's ability to drive it home the way it does. You know what I mean? Like,
you couldn't have filmed.
No.
You couldn't have casted and filmed a better video.
No, and the vocals, the power of the performer.
The fact that you can't put, or that you don't.
I didn't even put in, and I wasn't like, be impressive here on these.
But I'm saying you also didn't put in a 3-6 Mafia type rap song.
No,
you didn't.
No.
You had to kind of work your way around that because it won't let you, right?
Right. Yeah. And I really was specific, like early 2000s Memphis gangster rap beat situation. But then but that's what's funny about how proud I am of writing the hook was because I was just sitting here and I was like, you know what? I hadn't written anything in a long time. I ain't written anything in a long time.
And the thing that came to your head was farts.
And I had just seen a video. I had just seen a video on YouTube of the like do your dance era of like Atlanta rap, which I was not a huge fan of. Yeah, and even like previous to that, like the Pool Palace and all that. Yeah. And I was just inspired.
Poop in your pants. Don't be embarrassed. Do your poo-poo-poo dance. Farts on that hole.
All right. That's definitely enough of that. Probably a little too much.
A couple of those hoes are.
Yeah. Well, it's
AI.
It's AI. You never know. Oh, you would be blown away. That's another funny thing about AI is especially the video generating stuff. Sora just went live from OpenAI, and their front page is just like sort of like a running film strip of other AI videos people have been making. Okay. Right, it's sort of taking the best ones and
putting them on there to show you what people can make. Yeah,
it's almost all hot women. Like,
what do you think this is going to be?
It's the internet. And it's not even just the internet. Historically, it's
tell me what you're. Okay, I'm going to just cut you off real fast because I had thought. What is your honest opinion of the first fully functioning humanoid robot? What will its purpose be?
Oh, it's not going to be taking out the trash.
It's not.
No. And I'm sure there are very expensive versions of that already.
Yeah, but I'm saying like there's going to be one that can talk to you real soon.
We were on the porch during the break Well, you can do that now. For $30,000, you can have a robot that walks around your house and talks to you. You can do that right now.
Really?
Yeah. They're the Tesla robots, so I would give it a minute. But
I'm talking
my
about
man's a little quick to
combine that with
the
the
large
ridiculous
language model and all
well,
that.
and also the ridiculous real looking.
Oh yeah,
sex
the
doll
real looking thing. Yeah, that's not a thing yet. But I'm sure.
But I'm saying, how far are we away from just taking those two things and slapping them together? The first thing that's going to be like that is something you can bang.
Somebody is working on that tirelessly.
Someone's
there
living
are
with
probably
one.
several companies.
Someone's living with several.
Yeah, there are several companies working on that immediately.
I mean, this is weird to even think about, but
no,
I'm just saying. No,
I know what you're going to say.
It's weird to think about, but the amount of people that would rather have that than what they currently have.
We gotta definitely write a song about how we do not do not diddle kids. It's no good diddling kids. Yeah, bad.
This is bad. No, for real though, dude. Like,
no, I agree.
So there's gonna be so many people that realize it's cheaper to just buy the robot that does.
I love how you say robot.
Yeah, I've been saying that for years. But you buy the robot that does what the wife does.
Oh man!
But without all the.
Josh's views do not necessarily reflect the views of the One Gram Army Presents Empire or the Ministry of Silly Talk, but he's right.
But I'm just saying, as far as
of course
putting it to market, you know,
of course, there's an endless market for it. And to be honest, as far as a society is concerned,
it works for men and women though, both ways.
Of
if
course.
you had a male robot that could take out your trash and fix your car, and also
knock the bottom out of that thing endlessly,
and watch the Notebook with you or whatever, you know what I'm saying,
and have a lot of insights on it,
and listen to be shit about Karen at work. Like,
you know, to be fair, women will probably benefit from it.
But they'll benefit from it. Men will use it much more quicker. And
no.
And will lose their life to have it.
No. We'll accept it in a way.
Men will take out loans on their kidneys to have it, where women will just eventually get it.
Yeah. Man.
Scary.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Fuck it. We're doomed, right? I mean, what
we're
are we
already
doing
on the
here?
way down.
What are we doing?
Snowball.
What are we doing here is what I always say. Shout out to the cats. Sorry.
No.
The poop music video though, I do take a great deal of pride in having written that hook. And you should have it's really upsetting that didn't happen while you were here, because I was so proud of myself. I was like, hey man, I hadn't written anything in a long time.
No, it's really good. I think you're taking offense to the way I.
No, I'm kidding.
To the way I worded that.
That was really saucy. The way I said, no, I'm kidding. Pause, edit. Get out of here. Hey, man, me being single isn't affecting me at all.
Poop in your pants.
Cards on that hole. Poop in your pants. Don't be embarrassed. Do your poo-poo-poo dance.
Anyway.
Oh, righty then.
Oh, all right, we got to get back to
get some content
we
going
gotta
here.
do some McSweeny. Oh boy,
Paul and Mr. John are waiting on us.
This makes me feel worse for being so alone. these guys have each other. Come on, Shirley. Come on, it can't be that bad.
Well, there may or may not be a country music song that kind of wraps it all up.
No, it does. And you'll hear it at the end of the program. So I need to find this timestamp. I wrote it down in like giant letters because I was like, by the time we get to this, I'm going to need to be able to get to it quickly. Oh my goodness. Last we left, John McSweeny was continuing to teach us about our self-defense. And bing. This is a pretty good spot. This bar scene is this is high octane action, and we'll watch. But the deal with him being like, I'm teaching you self-defense for if you're in a bar drunk at night and someone messes with you.
Yeah, and someone comes up and aggresses towards you.
As if there's just like the overarching idea is, hey, you may need to defend yourself while you're out drinking instead of being at home.
You know what I see, and this is kind of random, but
it's a little,
Lowenbrow for $4 a pitcher.
Damn.
Now,
I does say pitcher.
I wonder what a Lowenbrow pitcher costs today in the greater Chicago area, wherever they are at.
Yeah, no, I can probably tell you. Well, what I mean, we don't need to look it up specifically. Lowenbrow is and especially then was probably sort of a more popular lager. I mean, that's a lager. What's a pitcher cost at a bar now? $20?
No.
Is there still somewhere doing $6 pitchers?
Maybe $6 is, but $10 maybe.
Yeah. So that was probably I don't know. They had a big sign for it. I don't know.
I mean, that sounds almost a little, to be honest, that sounds a little high-endish almost.
Yeah.
Like maybe.
No, it must have been.
Maybe like a old style was $2 a pitcher.
No, that's a good question of Lowenbrow.
Because I've heard of that, but I've never had that or seen that.
I'm getting nothing from the internet on that.
Maybe they were debunked before the internet.
Well, the other thing about this is this was whatever, the 80s, early 80s, I'm assuming. I think we've sorted that out, but we have bigger problems in the modern times.
We gotta definitely write a song about how we do not diddle kids. Do not diddle kids. It's no good diddling kids.
That's very true. This is
got
the
a lot
era
going on.
This is the era of the Epstein Island, baby.
Followed by the upswing.
Hold on.
1-2, real quick.
I do.
Let's
love
take a look
that
at the
so
upswing
much.
in action.
This is windmills, upswings.
Now,
people may be forgetting.
Well, to the listener, just real quick, those of you, you don't necessarily have to have been in a bar fight, but we've seen bar. I mean,
yeah.
Have you ever seen anyone using this aggressive and stylistic way of battle in a bar fight?
Well, generally, when someone aims to do you harm, they don't grab you up by your jacket and go,
I'm gonna
bust you up around this bar.
Generally true.
Now, if you're John McSweeny and you're out with Paul,
that could happen all the time.
Different
Paul's
invitation.
got a very sexy mustache.
Different invitation.
The upswing. 1-2, real quick. You've just seen the chop and the upswing in combination. When you use combinations, the weapons are real fast. One follows the other immediately. Now let's look at another real-life situation.
Another
this is a car
real-life
scene
situation.
Which we have an argument over a parking space. And people have actually been killed in arguments like this.
This is starting to dip into this guy being like, hey man, people bother you, just beat the shit out.
Yeah, well,
let's take a look at the
like
scene.
You told me
What
before,
is this?
he's going to get into a revolver soon enough.
Yes. Yeah, no, there are. I keep forgetting that this ends
this
with
might
guns
be
and knives.
very early 80s. Look at the cars.
I think that is Chicago.
No, McSweeny gives off a very Chicago vibe.
That looks like a Chicago alley.
This is early 80s.
Okay. Is that our system?
No, that's the tape, bro.
Okay. I was just making sure that wasn't us.
No, that was definitely the tape.
There's an undercurrent in me due to something that happened earlier where I'm a little bit concerned about an electrical fire in here, but we'll get past it.
Yeah.
It's Christmas. Okay. Hand pulled out. He parks. What's the beef?
The van who's been looking for a spot is pissed.
Why does it have all this weird audio shit going on?
My spot.
Hey, that's Buddy. That's his boy.
That's his boy. That's his aggressor.
That's the guy from the bar.
Yeah.
And that's,
and that's also
why,
the guy from the corridor with
the tire iron guy. Yeah. You know what? The reason why this acting doesn't ring true, he really likes this guy. They really like each other. They respect each other. They go to the gym together.
They do. No, they've trained together. These techniques are not new to either one of these guys.
Remember in Ladies Man when Will Ferrell's character was like, you need to put on this. You have to put on the lotion before we wrestle. It really has a nice lemon scent. This is giving that. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. Nobody's seen. Literally, no one on earth has seen Ladies Man more than me, and I'm sorry, I don't know.
Your spot.
She's a lady.
Now move it. Okay, I'll move it. You better believe you'll move it, or I'll move it for you. Move it now.
All right, take it easy. Give me a break, will you?
I'll break your arm.
Oh no! Was that the slap, the back slap, and the chop?
This is something we hadn't
The first
learned
strike
yet.
in this scene is the leopard's palm. Let's learn how to use it.
That was a slap.
He just slapped him,
The next power
dude.
strike is the leopard palm. We're hitting with the base of the palm, and the blow is a circle blow. You notice the full articulation of the shoulder joint.
Full
To get a
articulation.
Circle blow is crazy.
full 360 circle. Now the blow can be wide, or it can be short simply by bending the elbow.
Circle blow
Now we have a short strike.
Watching that.
Here's a wide strike.
We have a short strike and a wide
And this
strike.
blow has a lot of power. Wham! We come up and we hit down.
He does the
like
rest.
that.
He must have
Body
wrestled.
center drops.
Like
perfect.
professional wrestling.
No,
Yeah.
bro. He was in a territory at some point.
Yeah.
Like that. A lot of power to the strike. Weapon again is the base of the palm. And Paul is going to come in here now and we're going to show how
Here
this
we
would
go,
work.
baby.
Against a right kick, we're going to do it in slow motion.
This is everybody's favorite.
As Paul kicks, I block with an inward windmill. And from here, I come
That's
over
perfect.
and down on his head. So we'll do this again.
Look how close their legs are getting to each other. To those of you just listening, McSweeny is...
You're cooked. If you're just
yeah.
listening, you need to be
watching. Because McSweeny is delicately caressing Paul.
Yeah.
As this is
He's supposed to be striking him, but he's really
getting on it. He
touching
got his
him
hand,
up.
he got a fistful of his hair.
This bone here happens to be developed. Now, I don't believe
you
in
did
training
develop
people
a
to
bone,
develop their
John.
natural
You
weapons to
damn sure
harden
did.
them. I did it myself because I've been in the karate game many, many years. And to be black...
Not competition karate, though, as we've learned in the last
No,
few
he hates
videos.
competition
Those people
karate.
are monsters.
belts. We had bricks and wood boards, and I chipped the knuckles, calcified them. The bone here is calcified. I don't recommend it to people because you could get arthritis from it. In fact, some karate masters today can hardly close their fists because their hands are calcified.
I don't
So much
recommend you
training.
being a badass,
So
but
I
if
don't
you got it
train
in
people
you.
that. I use
Yeah,
the natural
if you-
weapons
you
of
gotta
the
do what you
body
gotta do.
just as they are.
It's calcified.
And
He's
this
got
is
this
a powerful
calcified.
natural weapon right here. It's the bone
Powerful
right at the
natural
end of the wrist.
It's the
The arc of the circle, the 360 of the circle, is what gives the power. That's what generates the power, that circle. Remember, most karate systems are linear. You get so much power out of linear, you get much more power out of pure circles. So the circle, combined with the body centers movement forward and drop. From here, I drop down. And if I hit the skull,
McSweeny, why
I
didn't
crack
you
the
add this
skull wide
music
open,
before?
because that weapon is strong. Like that. Now, this shot was Rocky Marciano's knockout shot.
Oh, yes,
He used a fist
anyone could be
because
Rocky
he was a boxer.
Marciano.
Let's watch the hips.
Wearing
Yeah.
gloves.
Yeah,
Quite
is he
often,
going to turn...
His thumb hit the person's skull and he broke his thumb on many occasions.
Is he going to finally introduce a strike
Where the hips are involved.
where he turns his hips or even his toes slightly?
Something. This if he wrenches off the feet at all.
Most of his knockouts were with his looping right. Marciano was heavyweight champ over 20 years ago. 5'10 and a half, 187
Calm
pounds.
down.
One of the
Wait,
hardest
hold
hitters
on.
in boxing
When was
in this century.
Marciano champion?
That's a good question, actually. Seems like it was a long time
I want
ago.
to say the 40s, but I may be way off.
He was the world heavyweight boxing champion from 52 to 56.
All right, so he said over 20 years ago. So this was late 70s, early 80s, I guess?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Dynamite hitter. And he got his power from this particular principle of the circle, going up, over, and down. And that's what we use in the...
You know the thing about Marciano, though.
This is bad. We gotta definitely write a song about how we do not diddle kids. Do not diddle kids. It's no good diddling kids. This is bad.
This is bad.
Leopard palm, up, over, and down with the body weight. Hitting hard. And you hit the skull.
He's doing a little leg
you can crack
action,
the
but
skull. It's a knockout point. Most people don't think you're going to aim for their skull, especially if they're coming in close.
He's
Think you're gonna hit the head.
definitely putting a lot of the power into his shoulder. I really didn't. I wasn't as quite on board previously when you were like, oh, he's not doing anything with his hips because it was silly. But we're an hour. Oh boy, hold on. Sorry.
This is another use of the strike against the skull. Okay, Paul is going to come in and we're going to work against it. Grab to my head, known as a headlock in wrestling. This is another use of the strike. From here on in. You hit and you pull through. You don't hit and stop. You pull right through the target. So it's like that.
I hope you
And
enjoyed
hit with the base of
90s
the
morning
palm,
radio.
right into the
That's what
bladder.
you're getting
It's
this
a good
morning.
strike.
Oh my
But remember, it's a secondary strike. This is not a knockout point. It just softens somebody up, weakens them for a knockout strike. We're covering here basically the power strikes of combat karate that can immobilize people.
Let's take a look at the leopard palm in action.
Let's take a look.
Let's see it. buddy.
Better believe you'll move it or I'll move it for you. Move it now.
All right, take it easy. Give me a break, will
If you
you?
get Bray, I'll break your arm.
Here's the leopard palm and the chop, followed by the reverse blade.
The reverse blade.
That's got nothing.
The other shots
So you
in
got
this
a
scene
leopard
are
palm,
the chop,
a chop,
and the
and
reverse
then-
blade.
then the reverse
We've
And
covered
then,
the chop
no, he
before.
hit him like this.
Let's learn how to use the reverse
He
blade.
just went with this, hand palm down.
Finally, we have a reverse blade shot that I showed you before.
It's a
Hand
minor
chambered
strike.
back. You're coming into the groin, coming into the neck.
I bet you
so
are.
you hit the groin, like that, smashing in.
Okay, that would
Now,
hurt.
That's not,
That's not
power
what you
strike.
did in the video,
When you
though.
hit the groin with the reverse blade, it's a weak shot to weaken somebody. They get hit, and you can follow up with a power strike. Again, hitting the side of the neck here with the reverse blade normally doesn't have the same
Let's get
power
Paul
as
in
the chop
here.
itself.
Come on.
So I don't consider
Get Paul
that a
in
power
here.
strike. It's a minor strike.
Minor strike is rough.
Let's take a look at the reverse blade in action. We're hitting the vagus
What are you talking about
nerve on
minor
the side of the
strikes
neck.
for?
A knockout strike.
We gotta definitely write a song about we do not diddle kids. Do not diddle kids. It's no good
Here's the leopard
diddling
palm, the
kids.
chop, followed by the reverse blade.
That's the third time he showed that.
I know. It's the same
You
video.
just
He's
learned
proud
the
of
leopard
it.
palm and the reverse blade. The leopard palm gets its name because it imitates the striking action of a leopard. Now you can go up
Does
and
it?
over.
In what
or you
way?
Rocky Marciano used this strike in
Is a leopard a house cat?
over.
What's going on?
What is this?
In this particular case, we went parallel to the ground.
Well,
The
and
reverse
a
blade,
leopard's
you can
palm,
strike the neck,
it's covered
or you
in
can change the
razor
angle and
sharp
strike the groin.
3-inch claws.
Coming in and up.
Probably a little different than
All
just.
right, now let's learn some more
"Eh,
power strikes.
Give me my parking space
These are
back.
using the fingers.
That's my purse.
Two
I
of
don't
them are
know
called
you.
the eagle's claw and the hand yoke.
Oh, eagle's
Let's
claw.
begin by learning the eagle's claw.
Oh boy.
Now we'll show you another technique
getting out of
called
breath,
the eagle's
I think.
claw. The eagle's claw is formed with two fingers, the thumb and the index finger.
He's breathing hard, dude.
Notice how I open and close the fingers like that. All the power is from the thumb and the index finger. Okay?
They've done this
Do not support
chronologically.
the index.
This is intense. He's getting very intense, and he's doing all of his moves
At full speed.
right at full speed in one take. That's what I'm saying. We talked about it before.
Look how red.
Dude,
his-
he's in
no,
a studio
look how
of some
red
kind.
his right bicep is versus his left, the one that he keeps slapping. Look how red it is.
Oh my god.
It's
Well, on
glowing.
his chest and his neck too, because if he uses that hand, he starts hitting his chest. Interesting. No, they're definitely in a studio though. This was a
Finger
time
with one of the other
sensitive
fingers, you lose power.
situation.
Some systems of karate teach you to use all four fingers in the thumb. Very weak Try it yourself and you'll see. You have to have the index finger separate from these other fingers.
Charged.
All the force is in the index and the thumb. And you work it. We practice every day. Hundreds of moves like this. In and out, squeezing to get strength, grabbing strength with those two fingers, all right? We also practice this movement. You notice how I'm closing and opening the fingers. This is to grab the testicles, all right? You have to have power if you grab it.
Key targets.
Paul, listen, John, I gotta be honest with you. You're making my job very easy here.
And you work it. We practice every day. Hundreds of moves like this. In and out, squeezing to get strength.
Just keeps making my job easier and easier.
And we also teach you closing and opening like this, so that if you have to have grabbing strength, you develop it by opening and closing with tension. All right? Now this...
Let's get Paul in here. Hold on.
Oh no, dude. Get that thing off the screen. Oh, they're so close. With this music, this is not a self-defense video.
Oh no.
Boy.
Oh boy. Hold on.
Oh shit.
Oh. Good Lord. Yeah, and that, well, anyway, I mean, sorry, there was a little bit of technical difficulties there, but, you know, we're probably pretty close to wrapping it up. I could watch some more of this, though.
Look at their dancing.
They're dancing.
Oh, dude, the way he brings him into it, and then he slowed it down a step.
There's a...
dude,
this is
so good.
I have no words.
No,
this is one of those things where it just comes together.
He's got his hand on his hip and his around his throat. Look how Paul's closing his eyes.
Yeah. Well, you see, John's very careful to pull his collar back.
Yeah. Look at.
Don't close your eyes like that, John. Come on, Paul. Don't close your eyes like that.
I am 100% sure I've never had another man touch me like that.
100%.
That is insane.
I certainly wouldn't have been as excited as Paul is.
No, Paul is stoked.
I don't know. This is just what we're going to watch. This is where we are.
He's trying to show you the Roadhouse move where you can rip out the throat.
Yeah. Wait, he may actually be trying to tell us we can rip someone's throat out.
Let's listen to what he's saying for a second.
Because this might be valuable information.
They'll feel it. They'll drop.
Leave
so
it slow,
remember,
though.
we're going behind the windpipe with the
No, I'm saying leave it
index
slow. I
finger
think that's
and the
hilarious.
thumb, and we're squeezing hard behind the windpipe. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Squeezing hard
Dude, this video is so insanely long. We are not halfway through it.
We are enjoying the hell out of it.
Yeah, no, this is maybe this may have been tailor-made for us to continue to exploit in every way.
Let's listen to how
possible.
McSweeney's going to tell us how to rip someone's throat out like we're on Roadhouse.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. But we are at the point where we can go ahead and wrap this thing up. We are getting to a time. Do you want to...
Let's listen to this and then we'll go.
Check out a little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
I just want to hear him talk about this in slow-mo.
That controls the method of breathing.
He is so
the
out of breath.
systolic and diastolic breathing wave is controlled by muscle structure in the larynx, right in that windpipe area. You don't have to be an expert in anatomy to learn this. All you have to do is know that you go in behind the windpipe, deep in, squeeze hard. When you try this, be very cautious when you work with a partner because you can harm somebody quickly if you don't know what you're doing.
Talking about going in the windpipe.
Squeeze, now increase the pressure until the person really reacts. That's the critical point. If you squeeze past that, You'll drop them. You'll immobilize them. They'll go like this. They won't move because they're in fear of their life, even if they're high on drugs and they don't feel
wrong view. It is gratuitous.
No, it's crazy.
Remember, if you squeeze hard and pull out, squeeze and pull, that's lethal. They'll lose the breathing apparatus behind that windpipe. And if you break that windpipe and you break that breathing apparatus, all they can do is exhale air. They need a tracheotomy quick. So that's lethal.
So he's telling you how to
use
kill
it only
people.
when that's justified. So those are some of the key finger moves we use.
This has gotten...
Finger moves getting dark.
This is... Yeah, he's like, this guy took your parking space.
Rip his throat out.
Kill him.
Yeah. He can only breathe out after this move.
Jeez, John.
We use grabbing to grab the testicles.
Come on, man.
We use
You don't want me to play
scratching
the
to
music?
eyes. We poke to the eyes with various weapons. And we use these two fingers to get at the Adam's apple, windpipe area to get in deep into that larynx.
Yeah, I think we can stop on deep into that.
All right, yeah, I think that's probably right where we need to be. But, dude, we are still not even halfway through
McSweeney's
self-defense video. It just never stops. And like you said, this actually, I think, is the first turn we've seen where he was literally like, I'm teaching you something that's lethal. This is lethal.
Yeah, you can kill someone.
And I'm assuming he's smoothing us into when he starts talking about guns and knives and
bombs
such.
and whatnot.
Yeah, who knows where this is going? I'm sure there's probably plenty more.
Paul's not going anywhere.
No, Paul's along for
Paul's
the ride.
not going any goddamn way.
He's his most trusted confidant.
That is true.
But yeah, so that's it. I think we've done enough damage.
I think we've
here.
done enough damage. He's Graham. I'm Josh.
And stay out of the water. Avoid those dolphins, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
All right then.
Underneath the southern stars, we shared a laugh or two in a dusty roadside bar with a jukebox playing tunes. John McSweeney's tale of grit and Paul with eyes so bright, side by side through thick and thin, living for the night. Learning self-defense moves under the moon's glow. Paul's strong hands would guide me, teaching what to know. Through every push and every shove, our hearts beat side by side. Unspoken bonds between us, no secrets left to hide. Thank you, Paul, for being by my side, for the strength you gave, for the tears we never cried. In the heart of every storm, you never let me fall. You're the one I count on, so thank you, Paul. Late nights by the campfire, with stories brave and bold. John's rugged frame and steady gaze, Paul's heart of gold. Fighting off our demons in the silence of the night. Two souls intertwined, setting wrongs to right. When the world felt heavy and the path ahead was dark, Paul's smile would light the way, igniting every spark. Through battles won and lost, and each whispered quiet call, your loyalty unspoken, so thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul, for being by my side, for the strength you gave, for the tears we never cried. In the heart of every storm, you never let me fall. You're the one I count on, so thank you, Paul.